Just as we are ready to get the final sessions, we have one address and then our final session, and we're moving well to time. So just before we introduce our next speaker, the chairman of the International Federation of the Horse Riding Authority, I'm somewhat conscious that not everybody in the room has racing as their first language, and we're here in Hong Kong enjoying the surroundings. And racing first took place in Hong Kong in 1844 in Happy Valley, and the racecourse then was formed in 1846. If we move forward a little bit to 1915, the first charitable donation was made, and then as we move forward, actually to close to my heart, up to 1930, I believe there was jump racing in Hong Kong, but the flat racing was introduced in 1930 and has gone well for you, I believe. The point I'd like to make is that from around about 1988, when the first big invitational took place, and from the turn of the century, things really began to grow to another level, if you like. So I mentioned in 1915 the first charitable donation took place. In 2007 and 8, the Hong Kong Jockey Club made a charitable donation of 1 billion. That has now increased to 4.5 billion. And just to get the scale of what is achievable here in a jurisdiction like this, but I think even more tangibly, a jurisdiction that has 0.7% of the thoroughbred racing population, if you like, they punch well above their weight. You're in that 9 to 10% of the elite horses that you get to see from just 0.7%. So it's no coincidence that we're here. We're here to experience, we're here to learn, we're here to enjoy, but for now we're here to listen, and we're here to listen to the chairman of the International Federation of the Horse Racing Authority and the chief executive of the Hong Kong Jockey Club since 2007. Can you please welcome Mr. Winifred Engelbert Breskas.
Good afternoon, fellow members of the Executive Council of the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities, members of the Jockey Health and Wellbeing Committee, speakers, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hong Kong. I would like to thank you for this wonderful introduction of the Hong Kong Jockey Club, but I have to say we have even further improved. Our charity donations are 9 billion instead of 4.5, but I had to say this because, you know, it is not an advertorial, but I think it's important to see what if you have a very good structure, which is a completely integrated business model, what we have, and it's a privilege to have this, where you have the horse racing side as sport, the regulatory side, where you have then the wagering side, and you have the charity community side. This enables us to be very impactful, and this enables us to identify social needs, but we can make the very convincing case that we are not for profit, that what we do, we channel gaming demand for community benefits, and in the end that creates significant more resources we can give back to the community, but invest more in the sport, because it is important that we all recognize we are practically in the entertainment context. We compete with other entertainment forms, and if we are not customer-centric, if we don't offer a solution which our customers like, we are irrelevant. But coming more to today, it's first of all a great privilege to welcome you all here in Hong Kong, and I hope you enjoy the time in Hong Kong. We have the best weather during this period of time, so December, I always highly recommend mark your diary for the second weekend in December, where we have the international races, you have the best racing experience and the best weather. And I heard that you enjoyed very much being yesterday here. We as IHFA are extremely proud to be hosting this event for the second time. When the Federation took the reins for organizing the conference in 2022, it became quickly one of our key strategic objectives we want to establish, because it's key for the industry to focus on this topic, and we wanted to make it a key event in our racing calendar, which we achieved first then in Paris in the following year. And now we gather again today, and it's very pleasing to see this is an even much bigger scale, and we gather here, which is always important, with a shared purpose. One rooted in responsibility, evidence and collaboration, and the unwavering commitment to safeguard our jockeys, the individuals whose skills, courage, and are the very foundation of our sport. All those attributes were on show yesterday night, where we saw the best jockeys from around the world with their exciting finishes we had, and where we had the Jockeys International Championship. And it's for me, loving the sport and our spectators, is when you see the greatest talent, riding talent, compete against each other. And it showcases it's not about wagering, it's about the sport of horse racing. And this is very important that we portray this and that we look at safeguard of those who participate, our jockeys. We welcome you all to our international races on Sunday, where we see some of the best horses in the world participating. And it's a good reminder why we're all here today. This conference represents one of the most important conversations taking place within the racing industry. For too long, jockey safety and well-being have been discussed not sufficiently, and we do this now with admiration for the resilience for the athletes, but we had not a very structured, systematic, and scientifically informed approach, which is required when you look at modern high-performance athletes. This conference makes another step in changing that and ensuring that riders received nothing less than the highest standard of care, the strongest protections available, and the most rigorous pursuit of knowledge that contemporary sports have and share, especially when it comes to medicine and sports medicine can offer. In every race, jockeys operate at the intersection of risks, precision, and athleticism. The balance of extraordinary strengths with skill, strategic thinking, mental resilience, and while managing weight, travel, and the relentless pressure of fiercely competition is a real challenge for our athletes. Without jockeys, which are prepared, healthy, and properly structured, our sport cannot strive. As administrators, regulators, trainers, owners, medical professionals, and researchers, we have an obligation to ensure that the condition in which jockeys train and compete is as safe and well-regulated and supported as possible. The issues before you and us are multifaceted, and they are interconnected. It includes mental health and performance, well-being, concussion management, nutrition, rehabilitation, and last not least, career transition. These are not only theoretical questions. They directly influence the longevity of jockeys' career, the quality of life, and the quality of life of their families, their financial security, their physical and psychological well-being, both during and after their time in the saddle. The responsibility to address these challenges rests on all of us, individually and collectively. One of the most significant pillars of this conference is interdisciplinary nature. The conversation you will hold, and has already held in the morning over the 2 days, we are sure will unite expertise from sports, medicine, physiotherapy, psychological data science, policy regulations, and equine science and law. You will hear from speakers of a wide range of jurisdictions and professional backgrounds, because safety is not bound by geography, and well-being should never be limited by traditions. We must learn from one another. Best practices thrive when knowledge is shared, when data are transparent, and when stakeholders are aligned in both purpose and accountability. With this said, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the Federation's Jockeys Health and Wellbeing Committee, chaired by Derek, and particularly Sarah Jane Cullen, Jennifer Pugh, and Stephen Higgins, for their tireless work in bringing this event to life. And all our speakers from around the world, thank you for your time, dedication, and most valuable contributions. To all our delegates, your presence here demonstrates your commitment to elevating safety and welfare standards and supporting the athletes whose skill and resolve define our sport. Whether you are a clinician, a regulator, a scientist, or researcher, your expertise will shape a future which jockey train, compete with confidence in the system which is designed to protect them. May your discussion be rigorous, your collaboration be constructive, and your outcomes meaningful for generations of riders to come. Again, thank you for coming to Hong Kong. Thank you for being here and making contribution to the long-term sustainability of our sport we all love. And I wish you a wonderful conference. Thank you.